Good morning and welcome to Joshua Tree Reptile Haven. This is post-surgery day.
24 hours.
24 hours. He is doing well. He is very sleepy, so he's sleeping a lot. You can tell that he's uncomfortable, but he did allow us to put some Silvadene cream on where his incisions were, where the stitches are, to help heal that properly for him.
Some of you may know that silver is an antibacterial.
Yes.
That is literally what that is.
Like the best stuff ever, really. I'm going to let you tell what happened after Doc talked to you yesterday, because I wasn't there. So.
But I'm a good husband. I recorded it. I'll start here. We have said from day one, education, education, education. We want to document this as much as possible. We want to show exactly what this is so that this can help other tortoises. So we posted on other platforms as well as the forum, the tortoiseforum.org. We've shared that many times. We're very active on there of exactly what has gone on and what has happened. Now, I'll say right off the bat, not from the Tortoise Forum, but from other social media platforms, we have got a ton of skepticism that what we're saying this is what that is. People are saying there's no way you could have abscesses for 10 years. Well, I can tell you that we have a dozen abscess stones in a plastic bag in our freezer, and the only reason why we're not showing it is because we're afraid we have to do more research and find out if we can actually show it on YouTube. We have been informed that we cannot show any type of so he needs his antibiotic today. We cannot show you that because that's a medical procedure and that can actually get our channel banned. So I can't show you that. I say I because I'm thinking of the editing. We can't show you, we don't know if we can show you the abscess stones, but we've got a lot of skepticism that this is what it is. I can 100% guarantee you that this is exactly what it is. For a fact, this is why we're documenting it.
We are fortunate enough to have one of the best vets in the entire world when it comes to tortoises. So there is no doubt that this is exactly what the vet is sure, 100% sure, what is causing these abscesses on him. We can be doubted, that doesn't matter. Just because it hasn't been documented before doesn't mean that it doesn't happen and exist. So there's reasons why we are documenting this, and it is to further educate the public about the safety of male tortoises being housed together.
Well, and vets.
And vets as well, yes. And I would like to mention really quick, the second owner of these guys who brought them to us.
And has had them for 3 years.
And has had them for 3 years. The person that she got them from had previously taken him to the vet and was told that that was keratin. The second owner thought, you know what, I'm gonna do my research, I'm gonna do my effort, and I'm gonna take him to the vet just to make sure. She did that. Not only did she take him to the vet, but she also consulted with another vet. Both of them provided her with inaccurate
the same information that the first owner got.
Yeah.
Keratin.
With inaccurate diagnosis that it was keratin. So she spent her hard-earned money, her efforts, expecting that the professional that she was getting services from was providing accurate information to her, because that's what she paid for. Unfortunately, that was not the case.
The same vet is treating her cat who is dying with kidney disease as we speak.
Yes.
And
so I do want to mention that specifically because she did care enough to go above and beyond and take this tortoise to a vet expecting to get professional services and care for him. However, unfortunately, she wasted every single penny to get 100% false information. Now, any of us would take our animal to a vet and expect that we were getting correct information, right? I mean, dogs, cats, you name it, whatever animal it is, you expect the vet to know what they're talking about. Unfortunately, in the tortoise world, that is very few and far between that a vet is actually specialized in tortoises. There's all kinds of exotic vets, but an exotic vet does not make it a tortoise vet. Big difference.
An exotic vet just means they'll see something else that doesn't have fur.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they know anything about tortoises or iguanas or any exotic animal. It's just, oh yeah, we see things besides cats and dogs. That's all that's saying.
And so this woman cared so much that she even put aside her own health and diagnosis to ensure that these guys got to a place that was loving and caring, and that she could feel positive that they were going to have a life before she even began treatment of her own life. This woman absolutely loved these tortoises, and it shows all over the place.
If it wasn't for her, they wouldn't be here right now.
No, she's the one who sought us out. She's the one who did the research and found somewhere that she felt was the best fit for her tortoises.
Well, but she also rescued them 3 years ago when the previous owner didn't care anymore about them and didn't care who took them.
Correct.
She wanted to build an addition to her house, and that's why she got rid of them.
So for all of her efforts, that is love, that is compassion, and that is 100% commendable.
The problem that we have is, well, we'll just tell you. Her name is Sunny. Sunny is beating herself up because she feels like was stupid, or that she neglected them, or that she did something.
That this is her fault, and under no circumstances is it that.
Now we are very confident in our vet. If we went to our vet and he said, hey, don't worry about it, we would not worry about it. And that's exactly what she did. She went to the vet that she was confident in. And I don't know if she's still confident in that vet, but
probably not.
But up until just days ago, she was still confident in that vet's office. And so she did what she thought. We're curious as to what you guys, put it in the comments. If you were in this situation, you went to the vet and they said this.
Yeah, what would you think?
What would you think? And if you want to tell Sunny something, put it in the comments.
Please tell her, because she's beating herself up for it, and it's not her fault. Absolutely 100% out of her control. She did everything right.
And even the first owner, for the first 25 years.
Yeah, the first owner took him to the vet supposedly as well.
Now we can think, hey, you didn't care enough about the animals, you got rid of them, blah, 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 whatever. Aside from that, when Lumpy started to develop, and we're not calling him Lumpy anymore, when he started to develop these, she went to the vet. She did her part, and the vet said, no. So honestly, for us, we feel that if there's anyone in this situation to blame, it's the ego of veterinarians, that their pride stops them from saying, I don't know this.
Yeah.
And so what they do is
or I'm not sure, I got to get further, I got to get a second opinion.
Consultation or information.
Something to, admit, okay, no, I don't know for sure what that is, but let's find out.
Or there's the other, that so we have a saying in our family, too stupid to know you're stupid. And that means, in kind of a harsh way, that you just don't have the education to understand that you're uneducated. And that is the other part of this. It could just be a vet that just literally.
Well, it sounds like it was multiple vets, because one was consulted.
Well, all three of them could have been, though.
And then the other one took him.
Well, all three of them could have been. The second vet could have been like, yeah. I'm just going to say what the first vet said.
So misdiagnosis in the tortoise world is very common. There are only a handful of tortoise vets in the country that actually are experienced with these animals. So if you have a tortoise and your tortoise needs to go to the vet, please advocate for your tortoise. Make sure that your tortoise vet is the best possible. Unfortunately, they're very few and far between. So a lot of people don't even have access to them, unfortunately. So just advocate, question. You know, just because they are a vet, that does not mean that they know everything about an animal, especially a tortoise. It's a different species of animal, and it is definitely a specialty.
So I know we keep going in circles
spectrum.
and repeating
Yes,
the
so
vet,
sorry.
the vet, but that's because that's how important it is.
Yeah, it really is.
So what has happened is, and this happened, our other tortoises, we haven't got to make the video yet, but Tubby, for those of you that remember when we pulled the rocks out and put the post in over there and made his enclosure, he had a mass on his arm. And we were afraid that something had happened, and he went to the vet. We just haven't got the chance to
thought it was an abscess.
Yes, and it ended up not being, but that was from being with the other males. And the gular, the front of them, that's what that is designed for. Now, a lot of people don't want to believe that a minor bump of two tortoises together can cause this type of damage, but that is exactly why the gular is there. It was what the purpose of the gular is. It's why it's shaped the way it is. Its existence is to cause this damage.
And for a tortoise this size, it is a lot of force. I mean, you know, to try to pull them away from each other takes a lot of effort. I mean, these are big guys and they are very strong. So it just, it is not a good idea to house a male sulcata with any other tortoise. Whether it's a female, breeding, there's already an overpopulation of the sulcata tortoise that do not have homes and are out suffering now, just in our country. That's just our country. That's not including the entire world, which it exists there too.
Well, and female sulcata tortoises, their gular is shaped different. So if the female was being ornery and the male was wanting to breed with her, if he rammed her with his gular, she doesn't have the protection, and this could very well happen to a female.
Yeah. So, and as far as males being together, they don't need to. If you think that your males are not scrapping, they are. You may not see it. You might be at work, you might be busy doing other things, but you're not monitoring your tortoise 24/7, and it's happening.
And these tortoises had gigantic space.
Yeah.
Over an acre type of, where they wouldn't even really interact with each other during the day because there was so much space. But when they did interact, they would fight.
And cause damage.
So we wanted to document, this is what's going on. We're gonna have to get him to recover.
Yeah, he's
probably 90 days.
Heal, and then doctor's gonna go in and remove the others.
Well, he's gonna do again what he just did, but we don't know if he'll be able to get all of them.
Yeah, there could end up being a third one.
Well, there's
a third surgery, right?
Yeah, yes. I thought you meant a third abscess.
No, a third surgery.
Yeah, and we just saw, we don't know if he saw those, but there's one of the comments was, well, if this was the case, the skin would be ripped away from the top of the shell, where it's above the neck here. Well, in that area, there are big, and I'll put it in the video, there are big lumps, and I would bet money that it's abscesses. And so there's no telling how many more there are. He got to a point to where the damage was so much that he had to stop because he just couldn't go anymore. He had cut so much. He has well over 50 stitches, and that's quite a bit to have in one surgery, one round.
But he slept well through the night in his house and wandered out this morning when the sun came up to go out and bask in the sun. So he is moving, he is doing well, but you can tell he's just uncomfortable, and that'll be the case while he heals.
Yeah, nothing happens fast with the tortoise.
No.
Everybody says, oh, all of a sudden my tortoise died. Well, all of a sudden to you didn't know. Yeah, your tortoise has been sick for months or years. This is an example of that. So we wanted to make this video to kind of give you guys the real story of what's going on. we try not to include very much personal information. We just try to give you the general story of what happened and not include anybody in it. But in this case, we did include who it was and the exact story so that you had a better understanding of what's going on. And we feel the same way as she does. If we were told something and it was wrong, it wouldn't matter if it was 10 years later and when we found out, we'd feel terrible.
Yeah.
So we completely understand.
And we'll give you a quick update on Sherman.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, you want to tell, what do you want to tell the story?
Yeah, I'll let you tell it because you were there with Doc and I haven't watched the recording yet.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I didn't know we hadn't given up. So the update is Sherman has a stone that is too big to remove from her body. We have the image. I can see if I can get it onto this video. The stone is so big that what the doctor wants to do is he's going to go through the side of Sherman, not this tortoise, of Sherman, go through the side, tip the tortoise up so the stone falls to the bottom, cut open the side and try to drill the stone. As you can imagine, a ball, and you're trying to hit the bottom of it with the drill bit, well, the ball's just going to move. Hopefully there's enough weight there against the drill bit that he can break the stone up into, that's where the next unknown is. If he can break the stone into small enough pieces, it'll come out the side of the hole he just made. If not, patch all that up, flip the tortoise over, and basically cut open the whole bottom of the tortoise. Now, if that's the case, the recovery from that is very, very extensive. As you can imagine, if you flip the tortoise over and cut the giant hole in the bottom of them, they don't heal fast. Now, we are committed to whatever that requires.
Absolutely.
If you can imagine, a tortoise like this, if you had to keep it inside and keep it warm, it would present some challenging challenges.
Right.
Well, a desert tortoise is not as big as this, but it is still a big tortoise. And the reason why the stone was caused is dehydration. Second to that, lack of exercise. We can say lack of exercise because the hernias that she has are actually not hernias, it's cellulitis, it's fat. The doctor said basically that she's a fat old lady tortoise because she's so old. How old is she? The family says it was in the early 60s that she walked onto their property when the 57 highway was being constructed, that area.
In Southern California.
In Fremont. And when they did the freeway, it was cornfields. That's how long ago it was. So the family has had her all that time. Now she's with us. The vet recognized that she was old and said, okay, well, that's what this is. So the lack of exercise has caused the cellulitis, but also severe dehydration has caused the stone. And the stone didn't happen in a day, a month, a year. This is multiple years of dehydration and improper care, including fruit. I'm going to say this again. We say it all the time. Fruit is not a treat. If chlorine bleach tasted like cherries, how often would you eat it or drink it as a treat? Of course, never. Well, that is essentially what you're doing to your tortoise if it is not a fruit-eating species. And even the fruit-eating species, the level of sugars is the level of like a squash or a zucchini. It's not strawberries, blueberries, and sweet stuff like we think of fruits. The desert tortoise, the fruits that they eat, they're actually called tunas. They are the berries on the cactus. A lot of people are familiar with them as being cactus fruit, the red things.
On the opuntia.
Yeah, those are actually referred to as tunas, and they are in the berry family, not the fruit family. But that is the other sweet treat that everybody tries to say, oh, well, the desert tortoises eat this in the wild. Okay. The level of that, the sugars in that are not blueberries.
Right.
We recently had someone surrender a desert tortoise and told us that their diet was blueberries and frozen corn. So the dehydration that happened to Sherman, a big part of that is fruits. What happens is you're completely destroying the gut flora, throwing him into a tailspin, they don't drink, they don't get enough water, they don't get enough exercise.
They do not absorb nutrients during that time.
So you can see where this can go, and it's not just one thing. It's one thing has a chain reaction. There's multiple events that happened because of one thing. So that's the deal with Sherman. Sherman surgery, if it's only one, it's going to be expensive. If it has to be two, it's going to be doubly expensive. And we don't know yet, and I made it a point to specifically make sure that the doctor understands it does not matter. There's no question. Doesn't matter. If he tries to go into the side and it doesn't work and he has to go through the bottom, okay, we are absolutely, perfectly okay with that.
There's no penny that's worth more than her life.
Well, and you guys may understand, in the veterinary world, when people bring their animals in, the cost is the biggest thing. And of course they love their animal like family, but if people are told, oh, it's going to be $12,000, well, Fido's going to pass away because they don't have $12,000 for Fido to have surgery. So that's why I made it a point. No. This isn't a Fido deal. This is whatever has to be done, whenever it has to be done, however it has to be done type of deal. So for Sherman, that's what we're looking at. Now, because Sherman is new, what we're going to have to do is monitor, check the feces, make sure she's hydrated, check urates, provide lots of nutrients, make sure that she's well up on as far as protein and stuff like that. Because when she does go through the surgery, it's going to be a big ordeal. As we're sitting here, you can see his face and see how he is. This is a big ordeal. This is not something, none of us like to have surgery, but for tortoises, it's quite a big deal. And this is why in the previous video, we were talking about this as part of our sanctuary is becoming its own specialty. And it's because of things like this. There was 2 families that for 28 years were told, no, don't even worry about it. And our vet team looked at it, and 12 hours later, he was having emergency surgery.
Yeah.
And same thing with Sherman. We don't think that there could ever be a cost told to us that would be higher than the value of
their life.
Now, we're not millionaires. And
No.
neither are most of you.
Most of you, I'm sure. And but if we all work together as a community with the same outcome in mind, we are grateful. And
well, real change is what happens.
Absolutely, 100%.
Real change.
So whatever has to be done to get her to be able to have that surgery, it will be done. Because that's how much her life matters.
And there's also, in the statute for endangered animals, it says you cannot cause harm to an animal. Well, we know that she needs care. Well, that's our responsibility, is to give her get the care that she needs. So that's what we're going to do. Just kind of like everything else we do, I guess.
Yeah.
One of our friends was here. He comes every week to take our trash for us. We were just talking about how it's easier for people to deal with their feelings than it is reality, because they can manipulate their feelings. And this, what we have talked about and discussed these last few minutes, is just reality. And as a rescue, the honesty of the reality of the situation is what the animals deserve.
Yeah.
Just like last night. There was another very, 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 very young desert tortoise that it wasn't like a competition where rescues are like, yeah, I can help if you can't help, and yeah, if you need help.
No, he called several, and they either, didn't return his call, or he was, there wasn't a phone number, there was only an email address, so there wasn't any willingness and readiness to help.
Now, as everybody knows, babies, they're very, very fragile. There isn't time for this tortoise to sit on the living room floor
And wait.
and wait.
No.
The tortoise will die.
Yeah.
There's just no question about that. So for us, the question is, okay, well, this is the reality. And the other side of that coin is the reality is that animal's going to die if somebody doesn't do something. So we
do
stepped
it.
up. And now that tortoise actually last night slept in a nice, warm, humid bed of cocoa coir.
Yeah.
And is doing great. We're going to try to get some video today of the 2 new ones that we got. They were just 2 days apart. But both stories, no one would help.
So
and
cute.
so,
Precious little ones.
but we're going to try to get some video of them eating some Missouri today. And that'll be so that we can gut load them with nutrients. And that's give them a high amount of nutrients at one time.
So here he is, guys. He's doing good. And we are diligently providing the best care possible to him. So keeping him as comfortable as possible and ensuring that he gets all of his antibiotics and so forth. So what I do want to do before we go is thank each and every one of you for all of your support. You guys definitely helped us help him. And there are not enough words that I can say that will express the appreciation for all of your support. We can't do this without you. We will try, but we can't. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for every single one of you. Thank you for helping us help him.
You should be very proud. Because every single one of you guys is a part of something truly remarkable.
Yes.
Real change. This animal has suffered for 28 years. And now for the first time it actually has a bright star, something that...
Future.
Yeah, in the future. And that's reality. So, thank you guys very much and be very proud of yourselves.
Yes.
Until the next video. Oh, I thought he was going to eat.
I think he's thinking about it. He's a handsome boy. Does that feel good? It's okay. Yeah, I just think he's, I want to eat, but I don't feel like eating. And it's understandable. He went through pretty
Well, we can just leave this shade thing up for
extensive
him.
surgery for him.
If he likes that.
That's a handsome boy.